Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to our Warlords Battlecry 2 Ironman campaign. And if things seem a bit different at the start, it's because you'll probably notice it sounds a bit different, and that's because we have silence in the background. And before you ask, no, I didn't I didn't mess up and record with the wrong audio settings again. This is deliberate. For the start of this episode, I decided to turn the music off. That's because I felt that the silence in the background would make things feel a bit more dramatic. And why, you may ask, do I feel the need to make things a bit more dramatic? Well, it's because this is no ordinary episode in the series. This is, in fact, the finale. One way or another, this campaign is going to end today. And now you may have a further question. You may wonder why I opted to phrase it in such a vague and ominous way. Like, why talk about it ending one way or another? Why not just talk about winning the campaign? Well, it's because, I don't need to remind you at this point, but we are playing Ironman mode. And when you play Ironman mode, there are two ways your campaign can end. The first way is you conquer everything and you win. The second way is you die and you lose your hero permanently. And in each of the episodes we've had to date, technically the campaign could have ended in any one of them. Obviously, if you're watching the series after all the videos have already been uploaded, then it's a bit of a spoiler for you because you'll know the campaign didn't end in that particular video, although we did have a couple close calls. But nonetheless, the possibility was there in any of those battles that one of the two end conditions could have been satisfied by virtue of us losing our hero and thus bringing a premature end to the campaign. The other way, of course, is by conquering the final territory, having all of Etheria under your control, and being the supreme ruler. Now, we are at the point where we have only one territory remaining. So, either we are going to conquer it and become the supreme ruler, or we are going to die and fail and fall agonizingly short of our dream of being the rulers of the land. But either way, we know for a fact that the campaign is going to end in this very episode, one way or another. And with that overly dramatic opening out of the way, I think, let's turn the music back on, because the music in this game is pretty good. There we go. Beautiful. Right, let's go into our campaign. Ooh, and as an added bonus, assuming we win, which, take nothing for granted, but assuming we win, looks like we're probably gonna gain our final level for the campaign. No special events, which is kind of sad. Part of me hoped that we'd get an event to get the last set of the ice set. Remember the last episode we were grinding for set items with mixed results. We got quite a few set items, but weren't able to actually complete any sets. That's okay. Sets are like a side distraction in this game. They're not the main attraction. The main thing in this game, of course, is the conquest of Etheria, and we have only one territory left. To confirm that we have only one territory left, let's look at the number of regions owned. Everybody is defeated, save the orcs, who have only one region. We have everything else. So, I think we've talked enough. It's time to put our words into action by just going for it. Let's do it. Let's go into the waste, and let's see what we can do. Ooh, it's another one of those maps which starts you off with a lot of retinue points. So of course we're gonna give ourselves even more. It's fitting, I suppose, that we're able to do this. Let's go 2 Minotaur Kings, 2 Archons, and even our Dwarf Lord. Sadly, the Demon is gonna have to sit this one out. He was a late addition to our retinue anyway. I'm sure he doesn't mind too much, and... yeah, 3 Thralls is fine. Let's do it. Ooh, and before I go in, let me just quickly set my hotkeys. There we go. Now let's go. Pause immediately. Scope out the size of the map. Not that big. Not sure yet whether we have Fog of War, but we'll find out pretty soon. Let's start converting our mines. Now this is odd. So we start with more resources than usual. Usually you start with a 300. We've got 600 of each resource. But we also have... Hey, I guess we still have Doom Knights. Did we get that event again? I guess we did. Well, let's put 1 in each tower. And let's put you in this tower just to make it even tougher. And let's start maybe upgrading this ziggurat, and let's start continuous production on those. Let's even put our hero in this tower. Alright. And let's... What's... Okay, that's just an ore mine that we don't really need. Let's start getting our resource situation in check a little bit. And it looks like we do indeed have Fog of War. This is going to be interesting. We are at a pretty major resource disadvantage not having level 3 mines. Our ziggurats are close to completion. Alright, start on our lookout as well. So at least we have some... Oh, here's somebody... An assassin. Alright. How are we gonna deal with you? Well... I'm actually gonna be a little bit clever. I'm gonna bring my hero out.
Your buildings are under attack.
I'm gonna give the command bonus to my units. I'll actually have my hero stand maybe here. And I suppose it's fitting that in our final battle we are fighting Minotaurs. And we're gonna try and get this hero's attention. Hey friend, you wanna join us? You don't? Maybe you do? Alright. I also wanna keep bringing my hero closer and closer without actually engaging this guy with my own hero. I think at this point we can save. And let's...
An enemy hero has been destroyed.
He did not last long. The Minotaur Shaman did more damage to us. Alright. You know, while we're here, let's just take all of these mines. Why don't we? And what do we want to do back at the base? Well, let's start putting people in this crappy level 2 mine, because we would like to get our scouting bonuses, even if we aren't able to get far-seeing. Being able to look further
Research complete.
on the map is going to be a pretty big advantage. Another thing I should probably start doing is getting fire elementals. Excuse me, please game. Please, this is the last episode. Don't do that awful RNG. Okay, here we go. One down. 2 of them are gonna go straight back to our base to help with defense. Sadly, we can't put them in towers because they are large units. That's okay. I was also considering using Cauterize to heal my units, but I think we're gonna need it. Now we should be coming close to one of our enemy bases. What's this? A magical greatsword if you can kill 7 enemies. Don't think so. Oh, I don't think so. I would rather have had resources or even units to help us
Your
out.
troops are under attack.
Excuse me? Who's attacking what? Who's doing what? Oh, what's going on here? We can work with this. Unfortunately, he already killed one of our. The way to take him out is by constantly distracting him. Unfortunately, when his health dips below a certain amount, he's just gonna run. And I think we might be close to that point. We might be close to that point. But we can certainly do some damage to him. Yeah, I think now he's trying to run. Ooh, but maybe we can take him out. Look how low his health is.
An enemy hero
Wow, we did it. We took out an enemy hero with just our regular units and towers. That is
research complete.
some really good stuff. And now this demon is causing us even more grief. Let's do something similar with him. There we go. And what was going on here? What was going on here was I was taking these mines, and it looks like we have. Oh, where are you going? Guys, relax. Relax, guys, relax. Alright. I'm gonna send my hero forward. Because he has the best armor, or the best damage reduction. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna... Well, I'm gonna have to kill this guy, because there's no getting around it.
Your buildings are under attack.
Who's doing what? Oh my god, there's so many. I guess it's understandable, given the fact that they started with their own large retinues. But we are gonna have to deal with these Minotaur Kings running around trying to take our stuff.
Your buildings are under attack.
Ooh, and in all this excitement, I've been neglecting this. I need to get more gold. I am surely also done with this research. Yes, I am. Let's get this upgrade as well. Okay. Frantic map, but so far, I
Buildings are
think...
under attack. Your troops are under attack. New armies
Okay,
are
our troops are doing okay. I think our troops are fine. In fact, we even stopped him from converting. Are we going to be able to stop this one as well? Hopefully. Our hero
buildings are under attack.
is all alone, but despite being alone, I think our hero can take out a Minotaur King. Because you're pretty low
troops
level,
are under attack.
but you do ignore armor, so we didn't want him to land too many hits on us. Alright. Let the towers attack. Let them do whatever the hell they want. We'll get training, though. Hopefully we're able to get it before they destroy this arena. That's funny, I thought... Yeah, it says against air units only if you look at the text next to the damage on the top of the screen. But I guess it's able to target buildings too. I don't know if that's a bug. Might be, might not be. Ironworks, sadly, is going to go down before we can research anything. And I don't even want to start any research because I think you might just
New buildings are available.
lose that those resources that you put in. You know what? Just to be safe, I'm gonna break down this tower, and our units here are doing okay. Let's set them all on defensive. Because the game does start off Minotaur Kings on the aggressive stance, which can cause some pretty big problems. Okay, now this mine is not quite full, but is close to being full. And now people have to start going into stone. And you're still working on that. Okay. A little nervous at the damage my hero's taking, but it's fine. Yeah, see that tower had something in it. Okay, I think we've done it. We've gotten rid of this guy. Let us now link our hero up with our units down here.
Research complete.
And I think we've also got this research done, yes. Sadly, they did destroy the ironworks, so we weren't able to... Maybe I should have repaired it, but I wasn't confident that it would survive even if I did repair it. What I'm going to do now is, let's do 3 more fire elementals in my base. I know we're not in our base right now, but I will send them to my base shortly. There we go. And I think this fire elemental must have also landed the killing blow on the hero, because he's got quite a bit of experience. Like, yeah, these guys are only at 0.
Research complete.
And I think you get experience equal to the level of the hero that you kill. Right, we're working on that. We should build ironworks as well. So I'll go ahead and do that, and we'll start getting armor upgrades. Now... let's see what items this guy dropped. If we're extraordinarily lucky, it'll be a set item, but it isn't. Hey, what do you think you're doing, dude? Come on. Come on. Be serious. You can't just build stuff without my permission. Alright, let's start on level 4 already. And what we're gonna do is... where should we send... You know what, let's... one thing at a time. Let's go for stone. Although I don't think we need more stone. I think we need crystal. I think that's the order of the day. I don't know if we have 1 opponent left or 2, because so far I've only noticed the black enemies to the east, which we eliminated, and red enemies somewhere in the north. I was expecting there to be 4 enemies, because usually that's how it works, 1 in each corner, but in this map, I don't know, maybe there are only 3. Find out. Now we do need a lot of crystal. We need to start on this. And we need quite a bit of gold as well. Here's a small amount of gold that we'll get from this. You guys are almost healed up. You're also slowly getting your health back, which is fantastic. Aha! This infernal temple is where they were getting their demons from. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at these shenanigans that they're trying to pull. I'm just gonna send my hero after the demon. And despite... Oh, no, it was the demon that had awe on him. I was gonna say, despite having the awe effect, our hero killed the demon, but I should have realized it wasn't because demons don't do awe, only... Well, angels do awe, and a couple other units, I think, like unicorns, maybe some spellcasters. So yes, our angel in there with the assist. And we do need to take this infernal temple away from them. Because I'm pretty confident we're not going to lose our hero, but a surefire way to lose a retinue unit is letting it get into combat with a demon, and you know, it gets the chaos effect, loses all its armor, and then before you know it...
Your buildings are under attack.
Yep, something's already trying to destroy it. That's okay, as long as they don't have it. And at this point I'm going to stop saves coming. But 3 more fire elementals are going to go to our base. Who's doing what? Oh, how do you have so many of these? How do you have so many Minotaur Kings? Alright, let's actually try and send an Archon to see if we can...
Your buildings are under attack.
I think we can interrupt him. Yes, we can. Alright, let's just save our game just in case, like, he lands an annoying critical hit. Okay, we dealt with that, and now he is attacking the remnants of the enemy base
Your buildings are under attack.
that we had taken. Oh, I am a fool because I haven't been doing this.
No, master, no. As you wish.
And I need to stack up this mine. I feel like this...
Buildings are under attack.
Like, I don't want to jump the gun. I feel like this game is basically over. They do have Minotaur Shamans, though. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be clever, is I'm gonna use resist fire. Now we're immune to fire. Now we can deal with this situation pretty comfortably, I think. So let's see how this goes. Checking on the health of our units. Seems fine. One of our Archons took a bit of damage, but I think we got through that pretty well. And at this point, it's looking like we had only one enemy, oh, like one additional enemy after those black enemies we conquered earlier. Let's get the other armor upgrade, although at this point it's looking like anything we research may be purely academic, because if we find their base, and it looks like we just found their base, if we find their base, it's gonna be game over. So here's what I'm gonna do. Send my hero in, do a bit of damage, pull my hero out, because don't want him to hog all the glory. We've got a whole bunch of units here. And you know what, let's actually get some healing done. And we need to draw out this attack. Alright. Going well. I will save the game again. Now we need to start taking out their towers, and already they've managed to spam quite a few of them. Alright, one of our Minotaur Kings is pretty wounded, but I think we've busted through. Oh, this is getting pretty dicey. Alright, let's pull back. Let's pull back. Let's do some more healing. And maybe our hero can deal with some of these units. Alright. Alright, what we need to do is we need to take out their... they keep building more of them, but it's okay. It's not gonna help them. And they're trying to build another tower down there. Again, it's not gonna help them. And... just like that, what was once a bustling and thriving base has been reduced to rubble. Let's go around and destroy the last few things. They built a bat right before we were able to destroy that. That's okay. If you're losing units to bats, clearly something horrible is going wrong. But, yes, we also got far seeing. At this point I'm actually going to pull back, because it's obvious that we're about to win. So, we want to savor this moment, because we will... oh no, of course, they're building something down there. Alright, well... I guess we can savor it on the way there. Well, no, they resigned. Even though they had builder units left, they did resign. I should have gone with my first instinct and paused, but you know what, it's okay. We won, and fittingly, with our hero leading the final charge. After being a coward for most of this campaign, with a heroic assault led personally by Kaz himself, we overcame the opposition. We gained a level as well. What are we gonna do with 17 points? How about... I don't know... Majory, combat, and morale. Sounds like a good idea to me. Our retinue units are all alive and well. And we have won. Wow, well that was a bit of an unsettling cutscene, wasn't it? I don't know what those figures were that were casting that spell in the end, but they looked really creepy, didn't they? And then in the end, they kind of just disintegrated, like, and the only thing left were the robes they were wearing. Oh, very, very odd. And now we can read this message of congratulations, which tells us that we have conquered all of Etheria, true legend, and we are entitled to bear the Orb of Etheria. And it asks us what will we do? Of course, we're gonna gloat for a while. Here we go. We're gonna watch the credits roll. And as the credits roll, I'm gonna be offering my closing thoughts. So, number one, of course, I'm glad we did it. It was it was dicey. Like, we had two assassin heroes, I think, in the final mission, and obviously the chances were low, but had things gone wrong, like if I'd taken my eye off the hero and the other hero had snuck up on us, could have one-shotted us. Could have happened. So the danger was always there. But you know what? What is life without a bit of danger? And in the end, we did win, and in the end it was our hero himself who was there leading his retinue, which I think... I didn't plan it this way. Like, you saw me, I was already building my Minotaur Shamans. I was fully prepared to do it that way. But, you know, like, when you see an opportunity, you seize it. So I saw a chance to end the campaign, to end the mission, and thus end the campaign, and I took it. And we did it. And it feels damn good. It's a weight off my shoulders. Because even if I get my hero killed, like doing something stupid in a skirmish, at least the series was successfully completed. At least we did finish the campaign. So, really happy about that. What else to say? Well, one other thing to say about my own personal experience recording the series. So, you know, this is still a relatively young channel, and I'm not particularly trying hard to promote it, so the audience is still pretty small, which, you know, I'm okay with. But one consequence for that is that often I'll start a series, and it won't be until I'm like 20 or 30 videos in till someone actually starts watching. That happened with me with Might and Magic 6, which is the first series I did, and of course with Might and Magic 7, and again with this game. But it was different for this particular series because I was playing in Ironman mode. So I was recording these videos, and I'm like, okay, I should also start uploading them, because otherwise, if I finish it, it'll be too annoying to upload like 60 videos. Like, it'd be too much of a backlog to deal with. So I'm like, okay, let's upload them as we do them. But at the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, when I was about, I think, a couple dozen videos into the series, I'm like, okay, nobody's really watching the series yet. So if I get my hero killed and, you know, completely botch this campaign, what I could do is I could just delete the entire series and pretend it never happened. And so that was my mindset for a while, but then after that, a few people actually did start watching. Again, not a huge number, but all it takes is one person, and then suddenly you have an audience. And I'm like, oh no, I can't, like, the plan isn't gonna work now, because now there are witnesses. There are people who have become aware that the series is going on, and if I fail now, then I'm gonna have to acknowledge it. I'll have to keep it, and then I'll have to change the description and be like, failed attempt number 1. And that added a bit of pressure to me, but I think it added pressure in a positive kind of way. It made me play smarter. It made me try harder to understand game mechanics. Like, when I was fighting that illusionist, I actually did look up to make sure that their attacks, or that their polymorph attack can't target heroes. If I was playing this by myself, I would have just been like, hey, screw it, let's go in and find out by fighting him. And it would have been a pretty awful way to find out that your hero can be polymorphed, because it would have been instant death. But yeah, that was I think a positive outcome. I don't, like, or at least I hope. I hope it didn't make my playstyle boring. I know I often play in a conservative kind of way, not going out of my way to put my hero in danger, but I still do feel like there was a fair bit of excitement in most of the battles, anyway. But yes, that's all about my experience. That it's certainly an interesting experience playing something permadeath with an audience, and then having that extra pressure weigh on you and how you handle it. So I definitely learned a few things about myself. in this process. I learned I'm definitely not one of those YouTubers that'll take crazy risks and then get their permadeath hero killed for the lols, you know, for the memes. Nah, I'm one of those, like, I'll try my hardest to win, and there are pros and cons. Obviously, if you succeed, it feels good, but then if you fail, like, you can play conservatively, you might still fail, and then not only did you play in a not exciting way, but you also didn't succeed. Whereas the people who take the risks, you know, high risk, high reward situation, and they do it for the memes, at least they've got something exciting to show. So, you know, there's something to be said on both sides. But I learned that I'm definitely not one of those excessive risk takers. But yeah. So that was all about my experience. Lastly, let's talk about the game itself. Fantastic game. Probably my personal favorite out of these 3 Warlords Battlecry games. Like, if I'm being honest, game number 1 is probably the best game as a work of art. Like, the story is great, the writing is great, plus it introduces these concepts which the later games rely on. Battlecry 3 as well, like, it adds more races, a lot of the combat mechanics are a lot more fluid, and they just feel better in that game. And its campaign is also interesting. It almost takes this, you know, real-time strategy game and turns it into a role-playing game where you have a hero that's going around the map, you know, uncovering a story, I guess. Look, I don't want to spoil anything, because spoiler alert, I will be playing Battlecry 3 as well. But yes, it blends the RTS element with true RPG gaming, and it's also, in its own way, a unique and very cool game. But my personal favorite is this game, just because I love conquering, right? I love games where you can conquer the entire world. And you start from nothing, and you slowly conquer everything. That is, to me, one of the most satisfying things. So, for that reason, even though, like, technically, on some, you know, objective level, maybe Battlecry 1 is better, maybe Battlecry 3 is better, but to me, my personal favorite is this game. But again, like, I love the other 2 games as well. Like, I'm not casting aspersions at them. I do love Battlecry 3 as well. It also, in its own way, and it's more about, like, hero development, it has its own, like, checklist of things to do, which is satisfying to complete. But for me personally, like, conquering and slowly getting the entire world under your grip, or in your grip, is to me the pinnacle of this series. But yes, I think we're getting to that point where I'm running out of things to say, so I think we are gonna start wrapping things up. We're gonna let the credits finish one more time. I think these might be permanently scrolling, so if I see it's a SSG team one more time, that way I'll know that it's been scrolling over and over again and that we haven't missed anyone. But yes, closing remarks. I guess now that the campaign is over, I was too nervous to do this while I was actively playing. But now that the campaign is over, I can go back and see those moments where my hero almost died, and, you know, without reliving the anxiety, without having another heart attack. So there were 2 moments where that happened. One was against a Dark Dwarven opponent, where I took my eye off my hero, and the eccentric pathfinding brought him into range of a bunch of Dark Dwarven towers and long-range Dark Dwarven siege weapons, and I think I was below 25% of my health. Again, below 25% of my health. It happened, like, I think, maybe Sunderdial or some other map where we were fighting against demons. Again, I sent my hero into the middle of the map to convert, took my eye off of him, and then suddenly a bunch of enemy units appeared out of nowhere. Yep, SSG team. I think we can confirm that these credits are constantly scrolling so we can get ourselves off that screen, but yes. Those were the two instances where my hero came close to dying, and where I talked at the beginning of this campaign about the two different end conditions: you win or you die. Those were the two moments where we came close to condition number 2, and suffice it to say, I'm glad that we didn't die. I'm glad that we were able to complete this campaign, and I hope that you guys are glad as well. You know, I'll be honest. Sometimes when I watch other people playing in permadeath conditions, part of me wants to watch their character get killed just to see what their reaction is. And you know what? If you were in that camp as well, if you were watching hoping that I died, I'm okay with it. It's fine. I'm sorry I disappointed you by succeeding, but yes, I do hope that there were also people who were genuinely rooting for Kaz and for me to, you know, finish off this campaign. And to those people, I dedicate this campaign victory. This is for you. This is all for you. But yes, I think that's all I have to say. I think that is going to be all. Once again, thank you so much for watching. It meant a lot to me that people actually cared, or at a certain point, a few people started caring about the series. It feels pretty good. So yes, I am gonna do Battlecry 3, as I've mentioned, but it's gonna not be right away. I'm gonna have to take some time off to recover, and you know, like, I've got work stuff to deal with. You know, life intrudes on the other plans that you've made, so I'm gonna have to deal with other things for a while. But I will be doing Battlecry 3 eventually, and similarly, I have a completionist goal for that. But no, I'm not giving any spoilers, because I'm gonna be attempting something pretty crazy. So this is just to maybe pique your curiosity in the interim, like while I'm still doing the preparation work for that series. The other thing is, there are gonna be 2 bonus videos for this series, although there may be pauses between when I post them, because I was doing 3 videos a week for the regular campaign. Maybe I'll do 1 bonus video over the next, or like a couple bonus videos over the next couple weeks, so a bit more spread out. So 1 bonus video is going to be about an item that we should now have, now that we've beaten the campaign. The second bonus video is going to be about maybe what could have been an alternate strategy for this campaign. So, you know, we went with Minotaur Kings, with the Minotaur faction, and with Minotaur Shamans in particular. The alternate strategy I spoke about was going as the Dark Dwarves and just massing long-range siege weapons. So I'll show you how that strategy would have looked in the second bonus video. But yes, that's, yeah, you know, so there's still a little bit to look forward to in this series, even though the campaign has come to an end. But yes, I think with that, that's all I have to say. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll stick around, maybe check some of the other stuff out on the channel, or maybe hang around for whenever we start Warlords Battlecry 3. But even if you don't, either way, I appreciate so much simply that you've watched. Really, that's good enough for me, just that you cared enough to watch. But yes, that is going to be all, and whether or not I see you again, I'm just gonna say have a great day and take care.